While plastics are extremely useful and serve a variety of purposes, adequate plastic waste collection and recycling are lacking in many African countries, including Nigeria. The result is that these plastics litter the environment, posing serious threats to marine species and environmental sustainability. Experts who spoke to AIT in Lagos say the time to end plastic pollution is now.
It was a gathering of civil society organizations, government officials, and stakeholders from the private sector. The aim, to seek ways of addressing plastic pollution challenges in Nigeria.
If plastics are well managed, then necessarily they shouldn't be problematic to man. But today, what we see is that there's abysmal use of plastics, especially the ones we call the single-use plastics that should not be used in the first case. And in addition to that, they are not well managed.
We know that plastic pollution globally, not only in Nigeria, is becoming a concern. And then there's a need for us to all come together as producers, NGOs, governments. And the interesting thing about today's forum is that we had all the stakeholders in place. And then the thing is, how do we come together to collectively work on this to ensure that plastic pollution in Nigeria becomes a thing of the past?
The increased production of single-use plastics and the uncontrolled release of the litters onto land and marine habitat is causing huge ecological problems in Nigeria. Out of 1.5 million tons of plastic waste generated in the country every year, only 30% of the waste is said to be recycled. Yet, there is no concrete regulation that controls the production, consumption, and management of plastic wastes.
A process was already in place, a policy process that was going to fashion out plastic management in Nigeria. Up till today, it has not gone through the Federal Executive Council. Stakeholders have met. They've fashioned out the way forward, an action plan, how plastic should be managed.
The issue of the ban is a long time, that's like a long time thing, because you need to like sensitize the public and bring everybody on the same page before you get to that part, you know. But generally now it's to come up with a roadmap, you know, come up with an action plan.
At the United Nations Environment Assembly held in Nairobi, Kenya in 2017, over 200 nations signed a resolution to eliminate plastic pollution in the seas. Achieving this goal in Nigeria, according to these experts, will require active participation of all. Nkoli Omaudu, AIT News, Lagos.
And Nigerians have been urged to give thanks to God for the gift of life, especially in this pandemic era, which has claimed more than 2 million lives globally. Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Oyo, His Lordship Most Reverend Emmanuel